Hi guys, and welcome back to another baking video. Today is breakfast for dessert, or dessert for breakfast, whichever way you want to look at it, but both ways you can trick people into thinking it's breakfast. We're making a pancake cake. I had posted a picture of this cake that I made for a friend a while back on my Instagram, and I figured I should just make this for you guys, show you how to make it. She used it as a smash cake, but you can use it as any kind of cake. What's extra great about this one is it's made with buttercream and not fondant. I see the fondant versions all the time, and I personally hate when cakes are covered in fondant. Looks nice, tastes gross. So I'm going to show you how to do it with buttercream, and it's really very easy. Even if you're not an expert, you're going to be like, holy crepe, that was flipping easy. Okay, now we're going to start by making some 6-inch cakes. Anything bigger than that is like kind of unrealistic unless you're going for diner size pancakes. Use whatever recipe, whatever flavor you like, but you're going to reduce the baking time. So this probably will depend on your recipe. I'm going to put mine in for about like 20 to 25 minutes and just fill it up about 2/3 of the way full. And these we're going to treat like any other cake that we would layer together, so level it off if you need to. And I'm going to split these two in half just so that we have a little bit more height. Okay, now for the buttercream. You can, again, flavor this however you like, but you just want it to be light colored. Just don't do like chocolate. And you want it to be like an ivory color, like the color of pancake batter. Normally I have to dye mine, but I put way too much vanilla in it, so it's already the color I need it to be. So frost the layers and crumb coat it like you normally would. Don't worry too much about it being perfectly chilled. You just want to seal in your crumbs, especially if it's chocolate. Then you're going to fill up a pastry bag, and you want it to be fitted with a round tip. The smaller the tip, the thinner the pancake. So you can pick any size, but you batter. Make sure it's round. Now, if you have a turntable, you're going to want to use it because it makes it it's a lot easier. And then moving from the bottom to the top, you want to use an even amount of pressure to pipe around the circumference of the cake. And then you just keep going up layer by layer. And if you see some spots kind of sag a little, just leave it there because it makes it look a little bit more like a floppy pancake. When you get to the top, make your last layer and then fill in the center with icing and smooth out the top really carefully, trying not to mess too much with the edge. So right now it looks like something naked, like intestines or something that doesn't look like pancakes, but that's going to change soon, I promise. Also, if you feel like some of the layers are a little bit too squished together, you can just go in with a spatula and separate them a little bit. I even like to press down just a tad to make it look more like a flat surface of a pancake. And then let this sit here until it completely crusts over. Completely. Like for real, don't jump the gun here. If it's not crusted, you're going to have a real pain trying to paint on it. I'm not a bossy person. And now once you can run your finger over it and not get any frosting on it, I had to check. Now we can start painting it. You want a soft bristle brush, preferably one you've never used with anything besides food. And then I'm going to use 3 different colors. So I have a yellow, a warm brown, and then a darker brown. So to make our paint, you want to take some food coloring and dilute it. Don't use water, that's a bad idea. Use either alcohol or a flavored extract. Alcohol evaporates, so it's not anything to worry about, but if you're paranoid about like getting your children drunk, then use the extract. I'm going to start with yellow and paint that over the top center and out toward the edge. So basically all over the top, leaving a little bit of ivory on the very edges. And then put a little bit of yellow in between the layers as well, right in the corners. Then I'm going to use some warm brown just outside the center and toward the edge, and then dark brown on the outer edge. Let them mix together. That's kind of what a pancake looks like, because if there's too much of a straight edge, it just looks bad. It's ugly. And then the dark brown is going between the layers too, and this is where you let your artistic bone shine if you have one. Just don't do too much and make sure not to press down too hard. It's pretty close to pancakes, right? I think my Instagram one was better. But it's cool, you know, every version will be different. That's how I make myself feel better. Now to just pull it all together, we're going to top it with strawberry, fake butter, and fake whipped cream. The store didn't have any strawberries, so I'm just gonna put some raspberries. And then the butter is just a piece of yellow fondant. And your whipped cream is some leftover white frosting. Pipe it out with one of those jagged edge tips. Then we're gonna pour some syrup over the top. All you have to do for this, really easy, you just cook some pure maple syrup over the stove until it thickens. You can even add in a little food dye if you want it to be darker, but the thickness is important because it's gonna help it give the drip effect without it just like pouring everywhere. Just make sure that your syrup is cool when you do this, or else it's gonna melt your frosting. And then add your strawberry, your butter, and your whipped cream. And voila! Holy crepe, am I right? Actually, these ones are looking a little bit burnt. I used too much of the dark food coloring. Don't do that unless you like your pancakes burnt. And that's it. Thank you guys for watching. I'm sorry, I know I finally got another baking video in here. It's been a while. If you have any questions about this, leave them in the comments. And if you have any other video suggestions, let me know. But thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.